For many of us today, faith is cheap. We want the rewards without the effort. We want fame and fortune without the anguish, the torment, or the hard work required to merit such rewards. Do we really believe? Do we really have courage? Or are we just looking for assurance and conformity, the need to fit into the world of our society and our parents' expectations? What is going on in the world? Do you have the courage to take the red pill and find out, or would you rather stay in the matrix? Thank you very much for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Do they actually have a right to just spray without notification to the people who own the land?
Okay, that's a point of contention. They sent out letters to people living in the area that were going to be sprayed, and they wrote in the letter that they were going to be applying, this is in quotes, applying products that would encourage the growth of low-growing grasses. It sounds like they're applying fertilizer or something, doesn't it? But that is definitely not the case. They were going to spray herbicides. The interesting strategy was that they informed the people, but told them, if you sign this form, we will acknowledge that you have requested to not be sprayed. But it doesn't guarantee we won't spray you anyway. And so most people are like, well, why would we sign this? In addition, it waived your legal recourse. If you signed it and said, I don't want to be sprayed, not only would they not guarantee you wouldn't be sprayed, you just signed away your right to sue.
Alice Walker has a short story known as Everyday Use. The younger sister who's burned in the fire just says, well, that's okay, Mom. She can take the quilt because I know how to make it. I know how to make one. You taught me this skill. She doesn't have that. I'll make myself another one. But contained within that quilt was, a great uncle's uniform from fighting in the Revolutionary War. A very odd thing because you're fighting for the freedom of your country and yet you are not free. It's pretty interesting when you consider how far America has come in terms of race and ethnic relations from the time of being colonies up through the superpower that we are now, if you believe that.
Into this situation was born Ida B. Wells. She was literally born into a war, the very situation that Aristotle said demanded courage. Her dad, Jim Wells, was very politically active. She admired her daddy for his courage. He showed great physical courage in going out and being politically active, but she said she also admired her school teachers at Rust, because these were white women who did what they believed was right, and they were despised by all of the other white people in the community. The first philosopher to talk about moral courage, going against the group, being the only one to stand up for what is right, even if it gets you cast out, and no one will talk to you anymore, and your own family turns you away. The first person to really define that was a philosopher in 1874 named Henry Sedgwick, who said that moral courage was, quote, facing the pains and dangers of social disapproval in the performance of duty. So it takes like typical sort of stereotypical teenage behavior stuff teenagers do anyway or are thought to do anyway, and elevates those attitudes to having a really important social and political impact. You can change your world by being defiant or rebelling or just being a teenager. So do you guys see yourselves as heroes at all? Do you think of yourselves as having any kind of like political power or social power? You're shaking your head no, why not?
Well, the fact that I'm 17, like I can't vote, even though like if I had a job, I would still be paying taxes.
So you can't vote, that's one thing. And I kind of get it like too young. I'm just too young, right? Like we don't usually value youth as having power, right? We don't think like the young people are the ones who actually can make choices and do things.
So let me ask you guys the same thing. How do you define a hero? Somebody said someone who's got guts, right? Superman. Why is Superman a hero? He protects the innocent. Why is he able to do that? He has power. So maybe hero has superpowers? What are some other ways? I mean, after 9/11, we've been calling a lot of people heroes. So being a hero is going through something difficult, having the courage to do that, not being scared, or being scared? What do you guys think? Not being scared?
Being scared, but doing it.
Being scared, but doing it anyway. Being scared, but doing it anyway, having the guts to go through it, helping someone else is what makes someone a hero, isn't it?
The epic deals in some part with the making of the hero. In the Iliad, Achilles is without pity. The opening line of the poem, rage. I sing the rage of Achilles, O muse. And Priam says, I have done something that no man on earth has ever done before. I have kissed the hand of the man who killed my sons. Achilles starts crying, and the two men sit on the floor crying uncontrollably. The more you think about the material world, the more you exile yourself from the spiritual kingdom, and that's the only one that matters.
Where are you right now? You're in University of Central Arkansas. Where's University of Central Arkansas? Conway, Arkansas. Where's Conway, Arkansas? South, Mid-South United States, or in Arkansas. Where's Mid-South United States? In the United States. Where's the United States? In the Northern Hemisphere. Where's the Northern Hemisphere? On the planet Earth. Where's the planet Earth? Well, third planet from the sun in the Milky Way galaxy. Ah, where's the Milky Way galaxy? It's in the universe. Where's the universe? And the universe isn't contained in anything else. The universe is no place. We don't know where we are. But we make believe we know where we are by placing ourselves inside all these containers. Now think of yourself in that context. On the inside of your own head, your life's all important. But look at the person next to you. They're in the same situation and their life's important. And then look at the next person, the next person, the next person. And you know there's 7 billion of us now.
The number one cause of obesity in the United States is poor urban design.
One of the problems is nobody walks, not because, I don't think it's always because it's dangerous, but we're lazy. We don't want to.
And why is that?
Because you have to walk so far to get there.
Because you have to walk so far to get there. And why is that? Why do you have to walk so far? Because it's all spread out. Because
a lot of people, I like it spread out because I live in the middle of nowhere in Bologna and go to Mayflower. I have to drive,
That's
obviously,
true.
but I love where I live.
Right. It's uncomfortable to walk because things are so spread out. It's not pleasant. The sidewalks are not designed properly for that. It's designed for the automobile, thank you.
And I want to remind everyone that this isn't only an economic issue, it's also a social issue. As you pointed out, our own urban environment prevents us from socially interacting with each other.
Exactly.
For example, kissing in public. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it?
Instead of playing outdoors, now we play inside. We play video games now because we're just locked up inside of our homes.
That's right.
And
if we do play outside, it's in our isolated, segregated backyards.
Why don't we have the freedom to go wherever we want?
Wendell Berry points out that what we have done as a culture is to give away more and more parts of our lives. So we give away most of the raising of our children to experts in education. We give away our health to experts in health who know nothing about preventing illness, but all kinds of things about curing it in very expensive sort of ways. And so we narrow down the focus of our lives, giving away this piece and that piece and the other piece, then we become an expert in one thing so that we can make money to pay experts in other things to do all the things that we need to have done that we can't do ourselves because we are these experts. So he says the sailor becomes a rope of a ship, the lawyer becomes a statute book, people are metamorphosed into things. He says, and the soul is subject to dollars.
And I want to thank everybody who submitted a short story, a poem, or essay, or multimedia for this competition. First place in poetry to Stephanie Allman. Very important. That's why I put it first. First place for short story is Sarah Barker. First place for essays goes to Lane Maddox.
Yes. Urban plan. It was geography, and it was talking about urban planning and how
said, we didn't know what the problem was.